I got 3 people that always watch me, and they're all work at Walmart. So today I come to get my hair done. My girl ain't here. So this is our representation of Maria because she couldn't be here today. All the rest of the girls here wanted to say something.
Hi, get well soon, Maria. We love you.
That's what I'm talking about. Welcome back to another great at honeybee adventure with me,
YappyBeeman.
gang. Don't forget to leave a comment down there wishing Maria get well soon. I'd appreciate it. I would like to take a moment before we get rolling and thank you all for your great comments. I thank you for the donations to the channel. I thank you for the really great comments and love and support. The comments that really touch me are the ones where somebody sits down with their kids or their grandkids and they enjoy watching my videos. If you're watching one of these with your grandkids, good to see you guys. Thank you for watching. Now, on to the show. That is something that you don't normally see me with. They are tearing me up. It is literally that bad that I've got to have a smoker up here. Yappy ain't happy, it's hot. They ain't happy either. You ready to meet my bees? Or her bees, actually. Let's go up there and take a look before I start the vacuum and make a bunch of noise. There they are. They ain't real happy, and they were fine, man. They were perfect up until I had to pull that board out. And I don't know if it just, what changed it? Just took all their pheromones out of the way, but man, they have popped me 3 or 4 times. Well, they've said a couple weeks ago they just all of a sudden started showing up, and a couple weeks everything looks nice and white. So I'm seeing a ton of pollen come in. That's probably goldenrod, which is fine with me. That's a great sign that we've got they got some goldenrod pollen coming in on them. But we put some smoke to them and they're chilling out. So hey in there, hey girls. So for those of you that got to watch me get to this point, and there's your bee colony, now you're gonna leave, appreciate you stopping by. It's good to have you. For those of you that are gonna still hang out, let's get some bees.
So how did we get to this point? How did the bees end up here in this void space of this house? Let's give a little bit of history. A bee colony somewhere out a few miles away from where this location was at did very well through winter, and they decided they were going to split in half and form a new colony. That colony then found this location and decided to make a home. When they first show up, they bring a resource with them, which is the nectar from plants and trees that they had collected previously before they came here. They fill their bellies up full of that nectar and they bring it with them to this new location. They then utilize that resource to start making wax through a gland in their abdomen to start forming the cells of the comb. I kind of compare it to being like little bricklayers. One of the bees will excrete a chip of wax from its abdomen. They'll utilize that piece of wax to help build the cells that you're seeing there. Over the course of a few days, depending on how much nectar they bring with, they can draw multiple large frames of comb as they go. Once that bee has utilized that resource, it then goes out and will start to forage for some more, bring it back to the colony, which they will then continue to either use for building comb, or they will utilize that for a food resource as they grow. One of the most commonly asked questions that I get in my videos by new viewers is, does the vacuum kill the bees? That tells me that a lot of you folks are finding me through my friend Brett, the Hornet King's channel. In his videos, he shows where he collects the insects that he has to remove through a shop vac system. But in beekeeping, we use our systems to collect and contain the bees, but without killing them. Our purpose is to control the numbers while we're doing our removal. Then we can take those bees to an apiary or a bee yard where I can reinsert the bees into a beehive and give them the resources that they need to continue to thrive and pollinate in nature. Continue watching and we'll show you the process of how we put the bees into their new home later in this video. Alright gang, so in some of my previous videos I like to play a little game called the Where's Waldo Challenge with YappyBeeman. And in those videos I have a frame of bees where there's a queen running around on there, and I challenge my viewers to see if they can spot her before the end of the video. If you do actually see her, then type in the comments below, "found her." That lets me know that you found her before I point her out. So there's the challenge. Now good luck. Let's see how you do. Another question that I get asked very regularly is about the queen cage, the little contraption that we put them in. It serves two purposes. The first is to protect her during transport from the location we're removing the bees until we get her to a new beehive back at the apiary. It also helps to serve in where we can put her in the box with her bees at that location and helps to lock those bees to that new box and causes them to actually accept it and start rebuilding her a new home.
So a lot of you have noticed in a few of my videos where I'll cage the queen and then I put her in back near the comb. What I'm doing is I'm keeping them calm because they still know their queen is up there, so they're not getting all edgy and running all over the place looking for her. Because this void is so deep and there's nothing stopping them, they can end up, you know, going 20 feet deep, which is what I don't want. And I'm glad I caught the queen already, so I don't have to worry about that either. I'll vacuum these off, wait a few minutes, do it again, but I'll reduce my numbers down because I can see back in behind here there's probably another little piece of comb that's about a third of this one. There might be one little small one behind it, and then there's a lot of bees, and I want to try to reduce those bees numbers down as much as possible. So this is the way I do it. Let's get back to it and Let's get this job done, man. It's too hot to be standing out here talking to y'all. There may be one more piece of comb behind this. It ain't gonna be big though, which I don't mind. I hope there is. That way it'll give them a reason to stay right where they're at. Let's see if we can peel this off without dropping any bees down. Oh, easy. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. One more piece of comb. Nice. Man, I could start a whole nother hive with just that many bees right there. Alright, we're running out of battery, we're running out of daylight, we're running out of... Whoa, see, that's what I didn't want. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna make them come right back to me. I'm just gonna set the queen right there. Let's go ahead and get these up here. So I'm going to let them cover that up, and we'll finish collecting them up in a few minutes. We'll scrape all this out up on top, and it's time to insulate and put this thing back together again. Greatest thing about these Colorado bee vats, I just dropped a whole bunch of bees in there. Normally I would leave this box on if it was my hive and let them go down into it, and I would put the lid on. They would end up going down. Some of them are going to hang out, but I can't leave the box here. Now all I can do is I can take this off, put it right here in front. The bees are just they're gonna start flying around. They're gonna have to reacclimate. It's later in the evening, so it's not gonna hurt anything. when you put your tops back on, start in the front and just work it back. Giving them a chance to kind of get out of the way. That way we're not pinching any, making any mad. Come on, girls, get out of my way. When I tell you about putting it back gentle, you can do this. You take and slide this. It'll get some of these out of the way that's on the rail. Okay? You ever heard the saying, curiosity killed the cat? You might want to rethink that one, buddy.